This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. You are your greatest asset. It's time you started investing in that. Visit BetterHelp.com/Double Toasted and take care of you. This is not getting good reviews at all.
Sure.
And I see exactly some of the things that people are talking about. This right here, if anything, this is suffering from a case of trying too hard.
Yeah.
Double Toasted live in Chicago. That's Thursday, November 18th, 8 p.m. Going to be at the Chop Shop, 2033 West North Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. Super VIP and VIP tickets are available right now for a full night of comedy, games, and just some good vibes with you. Go to X1 Entertainment and get your tickets now. I will show you that so you have a visual. Scroll down and you'll see right there and get your tickets along with the other shows that we have coming up. Hey, man.
Yes.
Asimov Solons, he's our next target now.
You said that, Pepper.
Boy, I hear that. I just want to start running. I don't know who from, but I just want to start running. I just want to start running down the street, jumping over cars.
Busting through glass.
Busting through glass or throwing somebody else through glass. So, man, you better get out of my way. People, that is Cowboy Bebop, the classic anime.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case. Anime is not your thing. I get it. I understand. It's not for everybody out there. Well, Netflix says, you know what? We got you. Just so happens, let me see right. Oh, here I found it. We have, a live action version of Cowboy Bebop that we made just for you.
I go by Spike Spiegel these days.
All right, Martin. Get your shit together. 3, 2, 1,
Time to
let's
blow
go.
the scene.
As I said, this is a classic anime, and this deals with bounty hunters. And you could say an alternative future, alternative world where space travel has become very common to the point where people can just fly to the common person can just fly to different planets and different galaxies.
You have to, because Earth is ruined.
Because Earth is pretty much ruined. Hey, if we're going to tear up Earth, we're going to tear up everything else.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know what? Where the Earth used to be full of scumbags, now the whole galaxy is. Galaxies are full of scumbags.
Yeah.
Hey, thank God that we got bounty hunters out there who get paid handsomely and sometimes not so handsomely to clean up these said scumbags here. And that's what we have here with the same concept of Cowboy Bebop, the live action version. The adventures of Spike Spiegel, Jet Black, and Faye Valentine. I want to hear what you have to say about this, man. You know, I got some things to say, and I want to hear what you have to say because this is going to be a kind of a very interesting and different review for me.
Is it?
It will be. It will be. This has got me going in so many different places right here. So I'm very curious to see what you have to say. Now, this is 10 episodes, this series right here. Y'all like, damn, can they do anything under 10?
Well, you know, the anime is how many episodes?
Yeah, the anime is a lot.
Yeah.
The anime is a lot. And so they were able to do this, and who knows whether it's to get a second season or not. No spoilers or anything, of course. But Martin saw 5 episodes. That's enough to get a good impression, I think. But I do have some things to add about that if you've seen the whole thing, which I was able to cram in right at the last minute.
Okay, yeah.
So what do you think?
I tried to watch as many as I could.
Yeah.
So my feeling is, just setting this up, okay, one, I was one of the people who thought this was unnecessary to begin with.
Yeah.
Like back when people were like, hey man, they said they're making a movie with Keanu Reeves. I was like, why do you even want that? Don't you love the anime? Isn't it great?
I'm Spike Spiegel.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And with Keanu Reeves, that's awful. But you know, they not only was somebody determined to make it, is because the fans kept demanding that it be made because nothing can just stay in its form. And I wasn't too keen on it. Matter of fact, me and Chris Herman were looking at the trailer, the opening, and going and comparing them, going like, "See, man, this don't have what the anime has." But although the more it played, I was like, "Well, it kind of does, though, really."
Man, they did.
I mean, I was like, the more I was like, you know what? I was just against it to begin with, but I was like, nah, they did a good job. This looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. I was like, you know what? It still has a cartoony look, but it's not like I said, like the Spirit, where everything looks green screen. But at least in the beginning, I just thought, man, they're just doing a remake of what I've seen already. I mean, I have to kind of go back to my whole feeling of like, well, why is this even here? Why does this exist? My big complaint with it is that there's a certain stiffness in the direction. The special effects are good, and I like the acting of the actors, but there's something in the framing of when they're just talking where I was like, this, for however they have them staged, just kind of has no life. They're just they're kind of stiff. But with each episode I watched, the more I start to really get into it, I was like, the costuming's pretty good. And I've really fallen in love with Danielle Pineda as Faye Valentine. Because I always remember before, back when I used to watch the show, it's like, oh, Faye, she's so funny. But I had rewatched some like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I was like, man, Faye is a bitch.
Yeah, she is.
and this girl, she takes it even further. I was like, you know what? She's probably the thing that's the most fresh, but also, and I forget the actor's name, Mustafa, who plays Jet Black. He mimics his voice perfectly.
Yeah.
So I've gotten to, by the time I get to episode 5, I'm kind of excited every time it's ready for a new episode to start.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna be. I said in the beginning that the review for this, for me, is a very complicated thing. And I'm coming at this from a couple of different angles here, which complicates things even more. Because this is not getting good reviews.
Sure.
At all.
Sure.
And I see exactly some of the things that people are talking about. This right here, if anything, this is suffering from a case of trying too hard.
Yeah.
Everyone, they're doing their job.
Yeah.
Everyone, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, all right? They're doing the best that they can to do right by the anime. The actors are staying true to the characters. The more I watched it, it started coming back to me. Some episodes, they did change as they went along. And because I was like, they didn't do that. And actually, some of the things they changed are a lot goofier than what they did in the show. But, some of while they changed some of the stories, some things are changed a bit, surely, but they do follow major story arcs. They tried to be so authentic that it just might confuse some people. And that's where the trouble with this lies. I'm looking at this, and it's cool they're trying to be this true to the nature of the show. But this is like saying, I'm going to make the most authentic Japanese restaurant here in America.
I know.
That's cool, but if those menus are in Japanese, that's going to push some of your business away, all right?
Hey, we're authentic.
Yeah, if you're that authentic, maybe you need to pull back a little bit,
Like I always thought, I want to create a 50s restaurant like Johnny Rockets,
Yeah.
but make black people have to go in through the back
and eat in a different section. Sometimes you can be so authentic to a fault, and that's what I'm thinking right here, man. Like I said, I haven't seen these episodes in years.
Yeah.
I don't even remember a lot of it. In fact, Martin brought up Faye Valentine. I couldn't even remember the name the other day.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen like these about 3 or 4 times over because I used to watch them anyway. Then they were on Adult Swim, and so every night I was watching these.
Yeah. Same here.
And I even having this kind of start coming back to me. Even then, it took me a while to adjust to the episodic format. The first few episodes, it took a lot of time for me to realize, like, oh, it is just like that. The show. Every episode is focused on a bounty hunter or a bounty.
A bounty.
With some subplots that are stringing all the episodes together eventually, leading up to one cohesive story, or at least for those subplots that we have. But it's not easy to follow. It is not easy to follow at all. Now, fans of the original, they might stick around. Newcomers, once the novelty of the live-action anime look wears off, I'm on, man. If I can notice how just kind of everywhere this is, then I'm just kind of like, man, I don't think this is accessible for the casuals or newcomers.
See, that's the thing I wondered about, like when it came to rating this or evaluating it. It's like, I'm somebody who's a fan like you who watched them a whole lot back in the day.
Yeah.
Hadn't rewatched them in years, except a couple years ago I watched like the first 2 or 3. So they're sort of fresh, but not that fresh. I'm a fan, but like if you're a big fan, you could be somebody who's like, I'm just so excited to see this, or you could be somebody like, nah, the original's better and I hate this.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're talking about somebody new coming in. I don't know if they'd be lost or they'd just be intrigued by how different this looks.
Well, again, we're talking about 10 episodes. 10 hours is a lot of time to like try to figure out if I like this or not. So that's what I'm saying. If you're looking at this for the aesthetic, you'll get that. You get that in like 2 or 3 episodes. I almost think that kind of like The Mandalorian, this probably would have worked better in 30-minute episodes instead of 40. 50-minute episodes, man. And again, maybe not 10 of them, but I would be more forgiving of 10 episodes had they been 30 minutes long. I think you would have deserved, go 12 episodes if it's 30 minutes long. But, they are so catering to the style, and I understand that. I think that the style is dictating this in all the wrong ways. Like I said, the style is dictating the narrative flow, which is off. I think the style is dictating the emotional level, which is not deep. All these characters, it's so stylistic. All these characters are cartoons, the types. There's nothing to get into with them on an emotional level. Like the music is as much of a character of this show as the actual characters. I mean, and if no one knows anything else about this, they know that song. Is a band called Tank? Is a song called Tank?
The song is Tank. It's by Kano.
And they really do want to bring in almost that smoky jazz feel to all the episodes. So they take their time.
They do.
And a lot of times it's a little overbearing over the story.
Yes.
These characters aren't getting enough of a build-up. These situations aren't getting enough of a build-up. It's just really hard, man. I think it's a little off-putting to people who want to get into this. And I think that sucks because I know deep in my heart, Martin, that they meant well.
I know. No, they are doing more work than you think somebody might do. I ain't saying more than they have to do, but more than you would expect.
I'm almost mad at these reviews because I'm like, can't you see they tried? Can't you see that they're actually doing what they need to do? But then again, I'm like, well, I can't. But then I have to ask, can I, in good conscience, recommend this to somebody who doesn't know what this is? No, I can't.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. I mean, look, I'm enjoying it, but I recognize the levels I'm enjoying it on.
The tones, because there's several of them. The tones are going to be the thing to really test people. It's very goofy, cartoony, campy, comic bushy, almost on a Batman level. This is a Batman 1960s level. Then it can switch to being very dark and very violent.
Very ultra violent at times.
Very violent. I mean, I'm talking about women being shot in the titty and it's
yeah, people getting turned into trees.
Oh yeah, man. It's not always in between going from that really campy, lighthearted feel to this darkness. It's not a smooth transition at all. Sometimes it's like I was just laughing.
Yeah,
now I'm ducking.
You're like, God damn.
Should we just having a good? They showed we having a good time. In other words, I can't and I won't recommend this to a lot of people. You're not gonna come at me talking about you told me to watch that crazy shit. No, I did not. I didn't tell you to watch a goddamn thing. Don't come up here writing in the comments and writing in on YouTube and everything, man. You told me to watch it. I didn't tell you to watch
I
shit.
can't believe I wasted my time based on what you told me to do.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you to do nothing. All right, I told you stay away from this shit. If anything, it's your curious ass going over there. And on that end, this is a rental, and that's only for when I say it's a rental, it's only for you to go in and try the first couple of episodes to test it out, to see if you like it. I won't recommend this to anybody out there. But if the things I say sound like something you might like, then that's on you. I didn't tell you to go see it. I'm just speaking my opinion. If you agree with me and you decide to check this out, then fine. Because I tell you, I enjoyed this.
Yeah, like I said, I'm having fun with it. I'm listening. I got the theme song going in my head right now. I'm wanting to get home and watch episode 6.
I really liked this, y'all. I really did, and I don't expect anybody else to go in and like it as much as I did, because I agree with you, with everybody out there when they say the flaws in this or any of the criticisms that it's getting. 100% agree with you.
I guess I read one slightly positive review and one that wasn't dogging it, but it was more negative. And I was like, yeah, I see everything both of y'all are saying. But yeah, like you, I'm like, this is kind of fun. It's also kind of fun to even see the flaws, to see where it goes right and where it goes wrong. It's an experiment.
That's what it is. It's something that is so different that is just, and I truly do believe that it'll have a cult following at some point, because it's just so out there, and that's why it's hard. And it's and things that are like that, it's not gonna that's why I say it's cultish, because it's not for everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The thing is, I know I always talk about story, but maybe the story's not working, but I know that they worked hard on everything else, and that's why I say I enjoyed the effort, because everybody was putting in an effort. I enjoyed the cast in this. John Cho in this. I don't know if he made a great Spike Spiegel, but he was good.
Yeah.
He was charming. He was cool. He got abs for the role.
Well, that's just not eating carbs or drinking water. But yeah, he did it.
Guess I won't have those abs. I guess I'll never be Spike Spiegel. I tell you, man, I read an article, or at least I read the headline. I don't know if I read the whole thing, but I read a headline where John Cho said, you know what, I might be too good looking and too charming for this role. And I thought, you egotistical son of a bitch. And then I saw this and I was like, okay, well, you got a point.
No, he is charming.
He is charming, man.
Him and Jet, well, all three of them, they have really good chemistry together.
Oh, man. And your boy, you talking about Jet Blue, whatever.
Jet Black. Jet Blue.
He's my favorite one, Jet Black, by Mustafa Shakir. I enjoyed him the most because he's the one who really nailed that character. Like you could tell, he studied that character right down to his voice, his mannerisms, his cadence. The attitude behind the voice, and he has great chemistry with Spike. Man, they really do work well together. When I was looking at the trailer, I was like, man, I know this guy.
Right.
And then when I finally looked up the actor, because I said this. Before I saw the show. No, I'm sorry. Before I saw the show, I said, this guy, he's nailing his part so well. Who is he?
Yeah.
Who is this man? And some of you might be doing this too, scrunching your eyes like, I know this guy. Yeah, you do.
Johnny, are you that? Bushmaster.
Or Jet Black now. Yeah, Bushmaster. That's the guy that played Bushmaster.
Yeah.
From
Incredible.
Luke Cage. Season 2.
Yeah, I didn't know till you said something, and it was like, God damn it! I knew him from somewhere.
Yeah, I had to look him up. It was those eyes, Mark.
I know.
Crazy ass eyes that he got. Yeah, that's the dude that played Bushmaster, man, and he completely different character, completely different guy. I was blown away. I just enjoy watching the characters.
I know, and it's funny watching it, and it's like, oh yeah, it reminded me of that feeling I had watching the anime. I was like, Jet, you are too gentle and naive to be a cop or a bounty hunter.
He really is. That fool gets taken advantage of
all
by
the time.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's why your ass can't make no money. He can't even be a good dad because he's getting pushed over by the new dad that married his wife. I agree with you 100% on what's her name, Daniela Pineda.
Yeah.
Man, as Faye Valentine, now that was the one that had me worried right there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I know them, I don't know you.
Yeah. Well, also, I remember when I was looking at the Lost Sessions, the teaser that they had out, which I thought it was a really cool teaser. A lot of people, this is where people are like, I don't know about this, and I was into it, I was with it, but the part where I did not know about it was for the chick that was playing Faye Valentine. I was like, she looked like she's gonna get on my goddamn nerves.
Spike!
I was looking at that also because I was like, damn, y'all were talking about it because I'm like, man, I like that. And then I looked at it like after it was done. And I was like, yeah, that might be stupid. I was like, I ain't gonna admit it, but hey, they might be right. But I thought looking at that, she's gonna get on my nerves. I don't think her acting was good, and I was actually trying to wait for a part where she was acting to come up. I couldn't find one, but in the show, she worked, man.
Yeah. Like she takes her character to the next level, and she is, she's hanging with the two of them. Like to be the new person who comes in, and yeah, she gets on your nerves, but after a while, I'm like, wow, I just love anytime she's on and she says anything.
Well, this is why I said, if you didn't get far enough, it even gets better because that character, she gets better because they do start working more as a team. Mm-hmm. Like she's just not the wisecracking bitch on the ship. She's actually, they become more endeared to her.
Yeah.
And I think they even are more of a team and care more for each other than the show.
It does seem like, at least by episode 5, they are
the animated show. That is.
Yeah. By episode 5, they're starting to mesh.
Where I was talking about how this was all over the place and the characters is just kind of flat. It started out that way, but the more they start centering, because as it goes along, and you really don't get to that point until around episode 6 or 7, where you really start focusing on their individual storylines and not just these bounties. And when you do that, you start to learn more about them, and then they start to actually protect each other.
Yeah.
And then that's when it feels like a more solid show at that point. So you have to go very, very long to get to that point, I think. And that's asking a lot of people. But if you can, I think all the characters become better. Even the guy that played Vicious, Alex Hassel.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, that guy's
translucent.
Yeah, man, that dude.
It's those crazy eyes of his.
His crazy eyes. This boy must have had a migraine when this was done, man, because veins stay popping in his forehead.
That's right.
Yeah, he plays Spike's once best friend, now mortal enemy in this Vicious, and their story even gets more fleshed out as it goes along. And I like that actor a lot, man. Guy's very, very intense. I thought he was very good. Like I said, man, I enjoyed just watching this crazy mashup of everything.
Yeah. And
I think that's a great way to recommend this. If you go in expecting to fall into this for the story and understand what's going on, don't sell it that way. If I had to like really tell somebody to watch it, somebody's like, no, sell me on it. I say, all right, don't go in for the story. It's one of those rare cases where you go in and you just watch completely for the art. It's such an odd mashup of anime, comic book, sci-fi, film noir,
Westerns,
and all set to jazz and pop. I enjoyed it, man. If you like that's why I'm saying it. The words coming out my mouth. Are you saying, yeah, I can see that. I like this.
Yeah. If you say like, I don't know much about this, but I'll check it out. I think that's the way to come in.
Yeah.
Because you could come in with your preconceptions, and that could ruin it for you.
If you're liking what you see right now, it's sad that it only gets better by episode 6. I would even say 7.
See, for me, it started getting better at 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, what you're saying to me is that it's going to get even better by the time I get to 6 or 7.
Now, I liked it early on, like you. Mm-hmm. Like I was liking it from the beginning. I enjoyed it from the start. I just said, "Whoa, this is not going to go over well with people."
Yeah.
I was like, I recognize that, and lo and behold, I was even like, because I said this is not going to go over well with people, and I went on Rotten Tomatoes like. Bam! Yeah,
smash a tomato in your face.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is so that's I'm just saying that by episode 7 and 8 the story becomes cohesive. It's sad that it starts to be understandable, I think, by that point.
Yeah.
The actors, they work together best there, I think. Man, I can't ask people to hang around for 7 hours to see if it's going to get better, hoping that you might like it.
Yeah.
So what I would like to see another season. And before I wrap this up, I'll tell you this. I think it'll be sad if this does not get another season because it ends dark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It ends dark, but it also ends with a little bit of very good fan service.
Okay.
I was asking about something, and I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're saying.
I'm like, no, right now we're here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I got, man, but it's just shitty when, I get it, man. Everybody's different. I'm not heartbroken or anything, but it's just, I just recognize the value in this. I do think it's there. I give this on a personal level. So like I said, for the public out there, it would be a rental unless you like what I'm saying and it's a matinee.
It's so funny because before we started this, I was going to give it the exact same rating.
Really?
Yes, I was going to say it started as a rental and then it became a matinee. But hey, if it's not your thing, then just it's either stay away from it or think of it as a rental.
Check it out if you can, and if you don't like it, I understand. But me, y'all, man, I like this. leave it alone. It's just ahead of its time. You don't understand
exactly.
it. One day,
yeah.
20 years from now, when these hipsters are digging this up.
I know. And they're like, this was brilliant.
Yeah.
How was it only on for one season?
Yeah, when I have to talk to your kids out there and tell them how your mom and daddy were just stupid. They didn't get it. But, hey, I'm going to show you this show. Your Uncle Corey and Martin, they got it. They'll understand then. Hey, everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.